On November 15th, 2019, Game Freak unveiled Pokemon Sword and Shield, marking the inception of the 8th generation of Pokemon. This release played a pivotal role in shaping the metagame dynamics observed in Generation 8. Notable additions such as Dragapult and Corviknight emerged as meta-defining Pokemon upon release. The subsequent year, 2020, witnessed the introduction of legendary Pokemon such as Urshifu in its both forms, Calyrex, and the two formidable horses, each possessing attributes that push the boundaries of the metagame. Urshifu's formidable ability, Calyrex's diverse forms, and the horse's exceptional individual stats collectively elevated the power dynamics within the metagame of the singles tiers. However, the enigma surrounding Glastrier, the wild horse Pokemon, raises questions about its relative absence despite possessing legendary stats. A stark contrast is observed when comparing it to its counterpart of Spectrier. Why does Spectrier with a seemingly inferior move pool overshadow Glastrier in a competitive play? To dissect this phenomenon, a closer examination of Spectrier is essential. Despite initial skepticism about its move pool and probably relative really bad bulk, Spectrier exhibits remarkable strengths, boasting a high-speed, hyper-offensive profile on paper with an impressive 140 special attack and 130 speed. Spectrier aligns itself with the archetype of dominant singles Pokemon seen historically in Pokemon like Chimpao, for example. Its move pool, though limited, includes potent options like Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Psychic Will-O-Wisp, Hex combos, and Nasty Plot, enhancing its utility and damage potential. A standout feature of Spectrier lies in its unique ability of Grim Neigh, akin to Moxie but for special attack. This ability allows Spectrier to rapidly accumulate damage, presenting a distinct advantage over slower counterparts like Glastrier. Unlike physical attackers who are vulnerable to being burned and getting their attacks getting cut in half, there is no such thing for special attackers as they lack those hindrances, which in turn enables Spectrier to snowball damage more efficiently. Hey, I know many of my viewers right now watching are not subscribed, and that is a huge no-no. We recently just hit 10k subscribers and we're trying to hit 20k by the end of this year, so if you like competitive Pokemon, be sure to subscribe for more. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled video. While Glastrier boasts superior bulk and seemingly better stats and move pool on paper, inherent weaknesses hinder its competitive prowess. As an Ice-type Pokemon, Glastrier faces significant disadvantages vulnerable to common types like fire and fighting. Hazard damage, especially from Stealth Rocks prevalent in Generation 9, compounds its susceptibility even more. Unlike Ghost-type Pokemon, which exhibits superior defensive attributes and fewer weaknesses and immunities, Glastrier's slow speed makes it vulnerable to opponents who can exploit its mono Ice-type and thus its weaknesses before it can unleash its offensive potential. Furthermore, Glastrier's classification as a heavy physical attacker renders it prone to status conditions like burn, drastically reducing its attack stat and inflicting damage over turn. Additionally, the slow speed of Glastrier becomes a liability, allowing opponents to exploit its vulnerabilities or set up advantageous positions before it can even get a hit off or do whatever it wants. You can deal heavy damage and do a ton of things to Glastrier before it can even get a step ahead of you. While Glastrier may possess superior move pool and arguable better stats, its typing and slow speed impede its competitiveness. In higher tiers, it struggles against formidable opponents like Iron Valiant, Cinderace, Kingambit, and even more. Trick Room, although a potential strategy, remains less effective in singles due to its limited turns. Glastrier thus relies on terrestrialization to remove its mono Ice type in Generation 9, hinders its performance and its ability to rise in the further tiers such as OU. Despite its initial promise when initially released, Glastrier's notable weaknesses have prevented it from securing a prominent position in the higher tiers. When we're talking about legendary Pokemon, it often takes a backseat to other topics, emphasizing the challenges it faces throughout competitive battling. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Glastrier and competitive Pokemon, and a special thank you to our members for their continued ongoing support. To further support the channel, check the links down below and join the Chompy Discord for a more engaging competitive Pokemon community. Until the next video, thanks for watching as always.